This episode of Dr. Ryder Shows Us Stuff, we are moving down the arm past the humerus onto the forearm bones. We have two. We have the radius and the ulna. Now, the way you tell the difference between the two is the ulna is so kind. I'm just going to rotate these. It has a U in it. Right? So we're going to start with the ulna on the proximal end here. That U is called the trochlear notch. Right? The anterior ridge of that trochlear notch is called the coracoid process. It goes into the coracoid fossa when you flex the arm. Back here, this big bump is what you think of when you think of your elbow. This is the olecranon process. When you extend your arm, it goes into the olecranon fossa. So olecranon process, trochlear notch, coracoid process. Now I'm going to turn this so you can see the medial aspect. In this video, because of the light, is not going to be the best. There we go. You can see this divot right here. That is the radial notch of the ulna. Right. Then we go to the distal end here, and this little nubbin is referred to as the styloid process of the ulna. Now we're going to move on to the radius, starting on the proximal end, on the anterior side. So this rounded section is the head. Just distal to that, this little narrowing is the neck. And then we have this big bump. This big bump is the radial tuberosity. Right? So we're going to move to the distal end, and we're also going to turn it over to the dorsal or posterior aspect. On the distal end, you'll notice this big large bump here. This is the dorsal radial tuberosity. We also have a styloid process of the radius.